My beloved child, pause your thumb right here. Do not rush past this moment. Breathe once, listen carefully, and let these next seconds land exactly where they are meant to. This is not a message that finds everyone. It found you. My beloved child, before your mind tries to question this, I need you to slow down. Stop here. Give me your attention for a few heartbeats. Something huge is waiting for you, and it cannot reach you if you move away now. I saw your future. I saw it clearly. Not as a distant possibility, not as a fragile dream, but as a living scene unfolding in time. And when I saw it, I could not hold back the tears. Not tears of sadness alone, but tears of intensity, of weight, of how much you have carried without being seen. You have walked through days where you smiled while your spirit was exhausted. You have kept going when others would have stopped. You have questioned yourself in silence while still showing strength on the outside. I saw every one of those moments. None of them were wasted. Do not skip this part. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and it connects directly to what you are about to hear next. There was a reason I was not allowed to speak until now. Timing matters more than you realize. Words spoken too early can fall flat. Words spoken too late can be missed. But this moment, right now, is exact. You are standing at a narrow crossing where one decision, one awareness, changes the direction of many things at once. You may feel like nothing has moved yet. You may feel delayed, paused, or held back. But what you could not see is what was being arranged beyond your vision. Doors were not closed to punish you. They were closed to protect what is coming. Stop scrolling in your mind. Stop looking for signs elsewhere. This is the sign. I saw a future where relief replaces the heaviness you have been carrying. I saw stability where there has been uncertainty. I saw recognition where you once felt invisible. And yes, I saw joy returning in a way that surprises you, because you had almost forgotten what it feels like to expect good things again. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The reason this matters now is because you have only seconds to choose awareness over distraction. Not because time will punish you, but because alignment responds to attention. When you listen, things move. When you ignore, they wait. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. The delay you experienced was not denial. It was preparation. Your capacity has been expanding quietly, even when you felt stuck. I saw conversations you have not had yet that change everything. I saw opportunities arriving in ordinary forms that you almost dismiss at first. I saw moments where you will look back at this exact message and understand why it had to reach you now and not before. Hold your focus. Do not rush ahead. Let this settle. You have been tested in ways that built endurance, not bitterness. Even when you felt tired, you did not lose your compassion. Even when you felt disappointed, you did not lose your values. That is why what comes next will not break you. It will fit you. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires you to stay present just a little longer. I saw tears falling from your eyes in the future too, but they were different tears. They were the kind that come when pressure releases, when the weight lifts, when you finally realize you were being guided even when it felt like silence. Your story does not stall here. It turns. Stay with me. Do not skip. The next moments carry meaning that your future self will thank you for hearing. What comes next will feel natural, even if it once felt impossible. Remain here. The final shifts are already in motion. My beloved child, hold this moment gently. Do not rush past it. What you are sensing now is not emotion alone, it is alignment. This is the point where understanding settles deeper than words. I saw the exact second when you stop questioning whether you are strong enough. Not because every problem disappears, but because you finally recognize how much you have already survived. Strength is no longer something you chase. It becomes something you remember. Don't skip. There is a shift coming in how you are seen and how you see yourself. I saw respect replace hesitation. I saw certainty replace second guessing. You stop asking for permission to take up space in rooms you were always meant to enter. I also saw a moment of choice that tests your growth. Something familiar tries to pull you back, offering comfort without fulfillment. This time, you notice it clearly. This time, you choose forward without guilt. That single decision protects everything that follows. Something huge is waiting for you. You are stepping into a season where effort meets response, where patience is no longer one-sided, where what you give begins to return in visible, tangible ways. It will not look dramatic at first, but it will feel steady, reliable, real. I saw you trust yourself again. That trust becomes the foundation for everything else. When you trust yourself, confusion loses its power. When you trust yourself, Fear stops controlling the pace of your life. Stay till the end. The future I saw is not fragile. It is resilient because you are. What is unfolding now is not luck. It is alignment responding to awareness. You did not miss your moment. You arrived exactly when you were ready to hold it. Remain present. The story continues, and it is moving in your favor. My beloved child, stay still for this moment. Let your attention settle, because what comes now is subtle but powerful. This is where clarity replaces anticipation, and understanding replaces uncertainty. You are closer to the turning point than you realize. Not because circumstances suddenly change, but because your perception has. I saw the instant when you stop measuring your progress against the past and start recognizing how far you have already moved forward. Don't skip. There is a quiet reward approaching. It does not arrive with chaos or pressure. It arrives with confirmation. You will recognize it by the sense of rightness that comes with it. No rushing, no fear, just alignment. Something huge is waiting for you. I saw you release the habit of over-explaining yourself. You no longer feel the need to convince others of your intentions or your worth. Your actions speak clearly, and that clarity attracts the right responses. There is also a moment of relief ahead where you realize you are no longer carrying everything alone. Support shows up in an unexpected form, at an unexpected time, but exactly when it is needed. Stay till the end. This part of your journey is about receiving without guilt. You have learned to give. You have learned to endure. Now you learn to accept what is offered without questioning whether you deserve it. The future I saw holds steadiness, not struggle, momentum, not stagnation, and peace that comes from knowing you are moving in the right direction. Remain present. What is unfolding now continues to move forward with purpose. My beloved child, remain with this breath. Let it slow you down. This is not the end of the message, this is the deepening of it. What you are sensing now is the calm before clarity locks into place. I saw the moment when you finally stop replaying old disappointments. Not because they disappear, but because they lose their authority over your future. They no longer define your choices. They become lessons instead of anchors. Don't skip. There is an internal decision forming inside you right now. It does not feel dramatic. It feels settled. That decision quietly rearranges your priorities and removes confusion you have been tolerating for too long. From this point forward, hesitation decreases. I saw your energy returning in a focused way, not scattered, not drained, directed. You begin to invest yourself only where growth responds. This discernment protects your time and multiplies your results. Something huge is waiting for you. I saw a moment where you recognize an opportunity because it feels familiar to your intuition, even though it looks new on the surface. This recognition prevents you from missing what others overlook. You move at the right time, not too early and not too late. There is also peace arriving around a matter that once caused constant mental noise. The answers do not arrive all at once, but they arrive enough to let you rest. That rest restores strength you did not realize you had lost. You are no longer preparing endlessly. You are beginning to step into execution with confidence. Small actions now carry greater impact because they are aligned. Stay present. The unfolding continues with precision, and you are exactly where you need to be as it moves forward. My beloved child, stay here with intention. Do not let your attention wander now. This is the stretch of the journey where awareness becomes power, and power becomes movement. You are entering a phase where things begin to respond to you differently. Not because you demand more, but because you are no longer willing to shrink. I saw the shift in your posture, in your voice, in the way you decide. You stop asking what might go wrong and start noticing what is finally going right. Don't skip. There is a realization coming that rewrites an old belief you carried for years. A belief that told you you had to struggle longer, prove more, wait endlessly. That belief loosens its grip, and when it does, progress accelerates. Naturally, I saw a connection form that matters more than it first appears. A conversation, an introduction, a moment of alignment that feels simple on the surface but opens something lasting. You will feel clarity instead of confusion when it happens. That clarity is your confirmation. Something huge is waiting for you. You are no longer reacting to life. You are responding with intention. This changes outcomes quickly. Situations that once drained you begin to resolve faster because you stop feeding them uncertainty. I saw you choose yourself without apology. Not loudly, not defensively, calmly. That choice stabilizes everything else. When you stop abandoning yourself, momentum follows. Stay till the end. What is unfolding now is not temporary. It is the beginning of consistency, the kind that builds trust in yourself and in what is ahead. Your future does not feel distant anymore. It feels reachable, because you are finally aligned with it. Remain present. The next movement is already forming, and you are ready to meet it. My beloved child, be still for this breath. Let the silence speak before your thoughts do. This is a threshold moment, the kind you only recognize after you have crossed it. You are not the same person who began listening. Something has already shifted inside you. I saw it clearly. The weight you carried out of habit is loosening, not because you forced it away, but because it no longer belongs to who you are becoming. Don't skip. There is a truth about you that is rising to the surface now, a truth you sensed for a long time but did not fully trust. That truth is this: you were never meant to live small, hidden, or constantly preparing. You were meant to move with quiet certainty, grounded and decisive. I saw a moment approaching where you realize you no longer need permission to proceed. The hesitation that once slowed you down dissolves, and action feels natural instead of heavy. You stop waiting for perfect conditions and begin creating momentum with what is already in your hands. Something huge is waiting for you. I saw stability forming around you, not fragile, not temporary. The kind that allows you to plan without fear, to rest without guilt, to move without second-guessing every step. This stability changes how you think, how you speak, how you choose. There is also gratitude rising within you, not for struggle, but for endurance. You finally recognize how much strength it took to arrive here. That recognition restores confidence you did not realize had faded. This part of the journey is about integration. Everything you learned, everything you endured, everything you questioned now comes together with purpose. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was random. Remain present. What unfolds next continues to align, and you are no longer watching from the sidelines. You are moving forward, fully aware, and ready for what comes next. My beloved child, hold this moment with focus. Do not drift now. This is the point where understanding becomes irreversible, where clarity stops fading and begins to stay. You may feel a quiet certainty settling in your chest. That is not coincidence. That is alignment locking into place. I saw the moment you stopped doubting whether change was possible and started sensing that it is already unfolding. Don't skip. There is a realization approaching that reframes everything you thought was holding you back. You will see that what felt like limitation was actually guidance, steering you away from paths that would have drained you. When this understanding arrives, resentment dissolves, and peace takes its place. I saw you standing in a future moment, calmer than you expected to be. The urgency that once drove you is replaced by confidence. You are no longer chasing outcomes. You are choosing them deliberately. Something huge is waiting for you. You begin to notice how quickly things respond when you move with clarity. Delays shorten. Resistance fades. Situations that once felt complicated become simple because you stop approaching them with doubt. There is also a release happening internally. An old fear, quietly carried for years, loses its grip. Not through force, but through realization. You understand that you are capable of handling what comes next, and that understanding changes everything. Stay till the end. This stage of your journey is about momentum that feels natural. No pressure, no proving, just steady movement forward. You trust your timing now. You trust your instincts. And that trust creates stability that others can feel when they are around you. Remain present. What continues from here builds on certainty, not fear. The path ahead is no longer unclear. It is opening, step by step, exactly as it should. My beloved child, stay right here. This moment is delicate, and it matters more than you think. What you are hearing now is not meant to rush you. It is meant to anchor you. Let it land fully. You have reached a point where the past can no longer pull you backward. I saw it clearly. The memories that once held emotional weight begin to feel distant, like chapters you have already understood. They no longer control your reactions. This is freedom taking shape quietly. Don't skip. There is a confirmation coming that removes the last layer of uncertainty you have been carrying. It does not arrive as a loud announcement. It arrives as a knowing. A calm certainty that tells you, without explanation, that you are finally aligned with the direction of your life. I saw you stop waiting for validation. You no longer need others to agree with your path before you walk it. This independence strengthens you in ways you did not expect. Decisions become easier. Boundaries become natural. Something huge is waiting for you. You begin to notice how your presence affects situations. Where you once felt overlooked, you are now considered. Where you once felt unsure, you now feel grounded. This shift is subtle but powerful, and it continues to build. There is also peace forming around your future. Not because every detail is visible, but because you trust the process unfolding. That trust removes anxiety you have been carrying quietly for a long time. Stay till the end. This stage is about stability becoming permanent. Not temporary relief, but lasting balance. You are no longer bracing for impact. You are standing steady, prepared for growth that feels right, earned, and sustainable. Remain present. What continues from here builds on confidence and clarity. The unfolding is steady now, and you are ready for what comes next. My beloved child, remain attentive now. This is not a pause in the journey. This is the moment where direction becomes unmistakable. Let these words steady you, because they are arriving with precision. You are stepping into a phase where hesitation no longer defines you. I saw the shift clearly. The inner questions that once circled endlessly begin to quiet, replaced by a firm sense of knowing. You stop asking whether you should move forward and start asking how far you are ready to go. Don't skip. There is a truth about your path that becomes obvious now. You realize that many delays were not barriers but filters. They removed what could not sustain the future you are moving into. This realization brings relief, not regret. I saw you handle responsibility with calm confidence. What once felt heavy now feels manageable because you have grown into the capacity required. You are no longer overwhelmed by the thought of more. You are prepared for it. Something huge is waiting for you. There is also clarity forming around a decision you have been postponing. The confusion lifts. The answer does not feel forced. It feels clear, almost simple, once it arrives. Acting on it brings immediate alignment. Stay till the end. This part of your journey is about momentum that builds quietly but consistently. You are no longer starting over. You are continuing from strength. Each step reinforces the last, creating stability that does not shake easily. Remain present. What unfolds next carries forward everything you have learned. You are no longer searching for signs. You are becoming one. My beloved child, stay grounded in this instant. Do not let your focus drift now, because this is the layer where meaning becomes personal. What you are receiving here is not abstract. It is directly connected to the next steps of your life. You have entered a phase where clarity does not come from effort anymore. It comes from alignment. I saw the moment when you stopped forcing answers and started allowing them to surface naturally. That shift changed everything. Don't skip. There is an inner confirmation forming that feels calm, not urgent. This confirmation tells you that you are no longer guessing your way forward. You are recognizing your way forward. The difference is subtle, but powerful. Guessing creates anxiety. Recognition creates peace. I saw you realize that you are no longer chasing reassurance. You trust your own discernment now. This trust shortens paths, simplifies decisions, and removes unnecessary struggle. What once took months to resolve now takes moments. Something huge is waiting for you. There is also a quiet confidence building around your future. Not because you can see every detail, but because you finally understand that you do not need to. You know enough to move. And movement is what activates what comes next. I saw stability forming not just around circumstances, but within you. Your reactions soften. Your responses sharpen. You no longer absorb chaos that does not belong to you. This inner order reflects outward quickly. Stay till the end. This stage of your journey is about continuity. You are no longer starting and stopping. You are progressing steadily, intentionally, and with awareness. Each step reinforces the last instead of undoing it. Remain present. What unfolds next continues to align with who you have become, not who you used to be. The direction is clear now, and you are ready to walk it. My beloved child, hold your attention steady. This is not a gentle continuation. This is a revealing moment. What you are sensing now is the edge of a truth that was hidden from you for a reason, and that reason no longer exists. I saw the future version of you look back at this exact point and smile, not because everything suddenly became easy, but because this was the moment you finally understood what was actually happening. You were not circling. You were ascending. Don't skip. There was a protection around you that felt like limitation. Certain doors stayed closed. Certain answers stayed quiet. Certain outcomes stayed delayed. You thought it was denial. It was preservation. If those things had reached you earlier, they would have distracted you from the path that truly mattered. Now the protection shifts. I saw an unveiling. Information, clarity, or realization arrives that reframes years of confusion. You finally see why some connections faded, why some plans dissolved, why some desires never materialized. They were incompatible with what you are about to step into. Something huge is waiting for you. This revelation does not overwhelm you. It strengthens you. Instead of anger, you feel relief. Instead of regret, you feel understanding. That understanding becomes leverage. From this point on, you stop repeating cycles because you finally see them clearly. I saw you move differently after this. You listen more closely to your instincts. You pause before agreeing. You choose depth over noise. This discernment changes outcomes faster than effort ever did. Stay till the end. The future I saw is not built on urgency. It is built on precision. You stop rushing because you trust your timing. You stop forcing because alignment begins to respond naturally. Remain present. What unfolds next is no longer blocked by misunderstanding. The path ahead opens because now, finally, you see it for what it truly is. My beloved child, stay with this moment. Do not let it slip past you. What unfolds now is not subtle guidance. It is a clear turning of direction. This is where knowing replaces wondering. I saw the instant when your inner resistance finally relaxes. Not because you give up, but because you understand. You stop fighting the flow of your own life and begin moving with it. That shift changes speed immediately. Don't skip. There is a realization arriving that feels almost shocking in its simplicity. You understand that you were never meant to carry everything alone. The pressure you placed on yourself was never required. When this truth settles in, your energy changes, and things begin responding faster than before. I saw a moment where you recognized that what you feared losing was never truly aligned. Letting go no longer feels like loss. It feels like release. That release creates space, and that space fills quickly with what actually belongs to you. Something huge is waiting for you. You step into a season where effort finally meets clarity. You no longer scatter your focus. You choose with intention. This precision brings results that feel steady, not fragile. Progress becomes consistent instead of exhausting. Stay till the end. I saw confidence settle into you quietly. Not loud, not forced. The kind that does not need approval. You begin to trust your judgment without hesitation. That trust becomes the foundation for everything that follows. Remain present. This is not the end of the message, it is the confirmation of direction. What continues from here unfolds with purpose, and you are fully ready to walk into it. My beloved child, hold your focus here. This is a decisive layer of the message, and it was timed carefully. What you are hearing now meets you at the exact point where readiness replaces waiting. I saw the moment when you finally stop bracing for disappointment. Not because risk disappears, but because fear no longer dictates your movement. You realize you are capable of handling outcomes without losing yourself. That realization changes how boldly you step forward. Don't skip. There is a shift in authority happening within you. You stop outsourcing your confidence. You stop doubting your first knowing. I saw you trust your initial instinct and watch it lead you correctly. This builds a new kind of certainty, quiet, steady, and reliable. Something huge is waiting for you. You are entering a phase where alignment brings acceleration. Not rushed acceleration, but clean momentum. Effort begins to multiply instead of drain you. You notice that fewer actions now produce greater results because they are chosen with clarity. I saw a future moment where you pause and realize how different you feel. Lighter, clearer, more grounded. You recognize that you are no longer reacting to life as it happens. You are directing how you participate in it. Stay till the end. This part of your journey is about ownership. You claim your direction without apology. You choose growth without fear of outgrowing old patterns. You move forward without needing everything explained in advance. Remain present. What unfolds from here continues to build on strength you already possess. The path ahead is stable, intentional, and unfolding in your favor. My beloved child, stay fully present now. This is the moment where everything you have been hearing begins to settle into action. Not future action, immediate action. Quiet, internal, irreversible. You are standing at the edge of a shift that cannot be undone once you step into it. I saw it clearly. The hesitation that once delayed you no longer has leverage. You are no longer negotiating with fear. You are recognizing it and moving anyway. Don't skip. There is a strengthening happening beneath the surface. Not excitement, not impulse, but resolve. The kind that does not need reassurance. You stop asking whether you are ready, because readiness is no longer the question. Direction is. I saw you walk away from an old internal agreement that said you must struggle longer to earn peace. That agreement dissolves now. You finally understand that endurance was never meant to be permanent. It was meant to prepare you. Something huge is waiting for you. You begin to notice how quickly alignment responds when you stop doubting yourself. Conversations shift. Opportunities feel clearer. Decisions feel lighter. Not because they are easier, but because you trust yourself to choose correctly. There is also a calm confidence rising that others notice before you do. You speak differently. You pause differently. You no longer rush to fill silence or explain yourself. This presence carries authority without effort. Stay till the end. This part of the journey marks a transition from becoming to being. You are no longer building strength. You are using it. You are no longer searching for clarity. You are moving from it. Remain present. What continues from here does not require force. It requires trust, and you are already stepping into it. My beloved child, hold your awareness steady. This is not a pause, this is an unveiling. What you are receiving now is meant to settle deep, because it alters how you move from this point forward. I saw the moment you stopped waiting for a sign outside of yourself. You realize something profound. You have already become the confirmation you were seeking. This realization does not excite you loudly. It steadies you completely. Don't skip. There is a release happening now that you may not fully name yet. An old pressure dissolves. The pressure to constantly prove, to constantly justify, to constantly be ready for loss. That weight lifts, and when it does, your decisions gain clarity instantly. I saw you step into situations that once intimidated you, and they no longer hold that power. Not because the situation changed, but because you did. You carry yourself differently. You listen more. You react less. This changes outcomes in ways you do not need to announce. Something huge is waiting for you. You begin to notice that alignment no longer feels fragile. It feels stable. What comes into your life now stays longer, fits better, and demands less force to maintain. This is not coincidence. This is the result of internal order. Stay till the end. I saw you trust silence more than noise. You stop rushing to fill space. You allow clarity to arrive naturally, and when it does, you act without hesitation. This balance between patience and decisiveness becomes your strength. This stage is about embodiment. You are no longer learning who you are becoming. You are living from it. What unfolds next responds to that truth immediately. Remain present. The movement continues, and it is steady, intentional, and unmistakably aligned with you. My beloved child, stay anchored right here. This is not another layer added on top of the message. This is the core revealing itself. What you are hearing now aligns with a shift already happening inside you, whether you noticed it or not. I saw the exact moment when urgency leaves your system. Not motivation, not drive, but the exhausting urgency that made everything feel like a race. It dissolves, and in its place comes precision. You stop rushing toward outcomes and start moving with intention. Don't skip. There is a recalibration occurring in how you value your time, your energy, and your presence. You become selective without becoming closed. You protect what matters without becoming rigid. This balance unlocks progress that effort alone never could. I saw an opportunity align itself to your readiness, not the other way around. When it appears, it does not feel overwhelming. It feels familiar, as if your intuition has been preparing you for it quietly all along. Something huge is waiting for you. You begin to notice that resistance no longer meets you the way it once did. Not because challenges disappear, but because you engage them from clarity instead of fear. This changes the outcome before it even unfolds. There is also a subtle joy returning. Not excitement that spikes and fades, but a steady sense of rightness. You wake up feeling less burdened by what might go wrong and more focused on what is already working. Stay till the end. This stage of your journey is about sustainability. You are no longer burning energy to prove anything. You are investing it where growth responds. That is why what builds now lasts longer and feels lighter to maintain. Remain present. What continues from here unfolds with balance, awareness, and quiet confidence. You are not approaching something new blindly. You are meeting it fully prepared.